Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. A lot of political analysts are beginning to crack their brains and analyze what is going on in Rivers State, and most Nigerians believe that some persons believe that this one way or the other is a win-win for Fubara. At the long run, 6 months will come and go and he will reinstate back his state. But some persons believe otherwise. And they have decided to look at martial out Nyesom Wike's political career and the movement he made. And if truly it's a win-win, remember, every Friday, Nyesom Wike, the FCT minister, must visit home. And when he gets home, the regular songs being chanted is Wike, then they fear you. And the Martin Amewele team will keep coming around, parties will be made, he will give press conferences, telling them what to expect in the court ruling, and eventually it will come to pass. But this particular weekend, Nyesom Wike did not go to Port Harcourt or Rivers as usual, and most Nigerians are wondering what happened. Is it because the sole administrator is there? Rather, he's actually in Cross River State in solidarity with Godswill Akpabio, who is in Cross River State to get an honorary PhD in law. Of course, also in celebration of University of Calabar's convocation. Why is it now that the FCT minister is now willing to move around with the Senate president? We're going to give you all the full juicy details according to some grapevine. Some persons also believe that Nyesom Wike and Martin Amewele did not really plan it this way. That was not the initial plan. So the camp of Amewele is generally very quiet. Usually they will grant interviews, but everywhere seems to be quiet. Before now they will say it's stew, but it's now quiet. And according to one Randy Chimezi Charles, he said that Senator Godswill Obota Akpabio offered the counsel of Ahithophel to President Tinubu, and his Ahithophel-like advice was adopted by the president. Akpabio was immediately asked to nominate an administrator from any state of the South, to the amazement and disbelief of the FCT minister, who was not privy or even invited to attend that decision-making meeting. Akpabio nominated the sole administrator. And up till now, the FCT minister is yet to utter a word since the emergency proclamation. Does he need to? Let's find out anyway. He said the guy still continued by saying Senator Akpabio later led the delegation to visit his friend, FCT minister, and explain how they arrived at the decision for the state of emergency. He explained, but Wike is still shocked till now. Those rejoicing will not tell you this, but the truth is that the emergency rule was not what they actually bargained for. All they wanted was impeachment. As it stands, and going by the amended resolution of the National Assembly, the sole administrator would take final directives from Mr. President and Senator Godswill Akpabio, which ordinarily Wike wouldn't want it so. Akpabio can be biting you with his teeth and at the same time be blowing you breeze. Guy has a level in culinary, so with all of this, there's a divine hands of Jehovah, so as to enable Governor Fubara complete his tenure peacefully and seek re-election. With the amended clause by both the Senator and House of Rep, coupled with the national condemnation and public outcry, the state of emergency will not exceed 6 months. Well, he's just thinking, what if this could be a move? My colleague is in the house. What if this could be a move? Now, Wike came into the picture with a strong state like Rivers. They have the numbers, population, they have the resources, and they are economic hub. And probably with one or two things that must have happened, just saying, he became the FCT minister and is still willing to deliver Rivers. But as we speak right now, is there any usefulness, quote unquote, for Wike in Rivers? The state now is being governed directly or indirectly by the president. The sole administrator takes directives from him. So there's no Wike or no Fubara. And give or take, if it goes south, if the sole administrator decides to stay, or somehow something happens and it stays to 2026 to 2027, Rivers is already indicated. But the question now is, where does Wike stand? Remember, even the FCT was given to him as an appointment. What's your take?
Well, I must say, whatever we're saying is just an assumption. You understand? Just like the writer, he was trying to put out project his thought pattern. But interestingly, I must say, I would stand with him on that area that Wike was not expecting this. Yes, I would say so, because all of this, River State is the product that is being traded with.
Yes,
you understand?
And
we know the political strength of River State, that if you can capture River State, automatically you've gone a little bit. So you capture Rivers, capture Lagos, even if you cannot get Kano, those two can, and plus Abuja, bringing Abuja, you're going very far. So the president, unfortunately, I would say that maybe Wike was thinking was dealing with just a normal guy. As you are scheming as a politician, don't forget that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not a retired politician. He's one of the A-level general in Nigerian politics. We've seen him scale through all the whims and caprices that this guy rolled out, Obasanjo rolled out, and was able to sustain his hold on Lagos State before Buhari came on board. Even when he was outside, he didn't even get an appointment like the case of Wike to be able to sustain Lagos. You understand? Yes. So he was able to set up a structure such that all of them were answerable to him. So he held Lagos down, though shockingly, he couldn't even get victory in Lagos. So right now, I think the scheming is still going on. Wike, as whether we like it or yes, does not have the grip he used to have. Because number one, whoever his anger and his why he felt the way he felt before presidency came in was the fact that Fubara was meant to be answerable to him. You understand? Anytime that I knock on your door, you respond accordingly. You consult me on everything that has to do with the running of the state. I control the finances, I control everything, and the structure, everything was put in place. Local government structure was there for him. This thing, what do they call it? The House of Assembly was also there. Even the commissioners. So everything, he was being appointed by Wike. Though elected by people, but he was appointed by Wike to be like an overseer running the thing. But all of you, by proxy, I'm still the one in charge. But now, this guy has gotten a hold of it. He's working, the person that have been sent in there is working with employed civil servants. The commissioners, we've not heard anything about the commissioners. They have not kicked the commissioners out. All of them are still intact because he's going to have a meeting with them. I don't know how he's going to handle that site. This thing I saw online, he's going to have a meeting with them, I think on the 24th or so, 24th or 25th. He's going to have a meeting with all the commissioners, all the...
So he needs them.
He needs them so that he can know how to run the show. You understand? So right now, I don't know if he's going to appoint new people, because I believe that that's when, a lot of things will happen. So, right, if he decides to run with these people, he's only answerable to the president and to the committee from the National Assembly.
No more Wike.
So no more Wike. There is no Wike there. And I think President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was trying to make it look as though the Federal Executive Council was going to help in decision making for River State. Akpabio corrected him, because according to the law, it's not meant to be the president of the Federal Executive Council that are supposed to do that. It was supposed to be the National Assembly, the two National Assembly. So he had to correct him in their resolve. Said, we are the ones to make laws for the state. We are the ones to do this. We are the ones to do. So two things are, before now, I would say that you may think they were at equilibrium, talking about Wike and Akpabio. But somehow, Akpabio was kind of loyal to Wike. But now, what we are saying, the table has changed. And I must say that Akpabio is one of the smartest politicians you can ever think of in Nigeria. The day he left PDP to APC, during Buhari's this thing, that was where I knew that this guy knew what he was doing. So right now, the table has changed. Wike is now going to be loyal to him. Because what did the president say? What did you people discuss? That's the only thing that will be happening. You understand? And this guy will make sure to keep his superiority, will make sure that it is not only Rivers State people that will be from the National Assembly that will be there. You understand?
Yes.
It will bring in other people from other states also, so that maybe 1 or 2 from Rivers State, but he will make sure that they don't influence anything. So it's going to get very interesting in the future, because at the end of the day, we may see a situation whereby if the president feels that, because with time, there will be a lot of advice going to him.
Yes.
This weekend, we can't trust him. Do you know what you do? Just box him up. Let him deliver to us this state. If this man, they see this man as being coherent enough to handle the activities of Rivers State, you may be so shocked they'll keep extending it. That the peace has not truly Nigeria will just make noise. That the peace has not been restored. Fubara will be left hanging. Before we know, it could be just 3 months. If Fubara go in, they clean up a lot of things. But hey, I've gotten all the structures in place. Because interestingly, you can't even trust Nigerians. Then let's tell ourselves the truth. You can't trust Nigerians. You can't trust Riverians. You'll be shocked the next 3, 4, 5 months. They've forgotten about Fubara. You understand?
Yes,
Because they're collecting their salaries, they're collecting whatever they need, so they can forget about Fubara. So if at the end of the day, the president is able to capture the hearts of the people directly, whereby sometime he will pay a visit. Let me see, how is the administrator treating you people? Okay, they said we need this. Okay, administrator, though you brought it up, we didn't know. Okay, we are giving it to you people. We are giving it to, before you know, he captures the heart of the, hey, president, before you know, Wike is sidelined. His product has been snatched away from him. Just stay in this thing. So, like that, gradually, Bobo fit the slide till he entered as being of ex-governors, because that's just the situation in Nigeria.
PDP now.
PDP at this point, by the time, I think they're going to give him some time just to see the relevancy. If they notice that there's no relevancy again, they knock him out. So go and look for another political party and say, because already the Supreme Court has said that the duty or internal crisis of the party is meant to be solved by the party. So the National Working Committee have the full right to do whatever they want to do.
Okay, that's good to wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. Let's brainstorm what's to take a lot.